Good morning, everybody. My name is Stephen Chun, the SFMTA Deputy Spokesperson. Thank you so much for being here. Give yourselves a big, sunny round of applause. And we're saying sunny because, yes, we had to reschedule this event. Yes, sunny as well. And we want to say sunny because we had to reschedule this event due to the weather, but we are here today. Thank you, everybody, once again for being here. We're going to have lots of speakers making remarks, saying their thank yous. Just want to highlight all the way in the background is the main event, the feature, the showcase, and this quick build project is one of over 30 completed quick build projects, and there are 15 in the works right now, and we're going to learn a little bit about one that's just nearby that's going to be on the next queue of quick build. So without further ado, we'd like to introduce our first speaker. We'd like to thank, on behalf of the SFMTA in partnership with District 3 Supervisor and President, let's welcome Aaron Peskin.
Thank you, Stephen. Good morning, everybody. So I wanted to start out with some words of thanks, not to my colleagues, but to the voters of San Francisco who saw fit, after a long, many-year fight with the burgeoning industry of TNCs. Those are Lyfts and Ubers. And you'll recall in the old days before the pandemic that our concentrated downtown was highly congested, in large part because of TNCs, thousands of them. And we could not regulate them because they went and bought off, yes, I just said that, bought off the California state legislature. But it turned out that we could tax them. And only the voters could say yes to that. And the Board of Supervisors asked the voters whether or not we wanted to levy a TNC tax. And that TNC tax passed with over 2/3 of the electorate's vote and is the source of funding for the protected bikeway that you see behind me. And it is the first protected bikeway in downtown. But it's not just about downtown. It is about connecting downtown to some very real neighborhoods. The neighborhoods of Golden Gateway and the Northeast Waterfront that are not just commercial areas, they are also residential areas. And we're going through a lot of change now. And that change is particularly in and around the district that I've had the honor of representing for most of the last quarter century. And this, to my mind, is the right time to experiment. It's the right time to pioneer. So I really want to thank the residents of the northeast corner of the city for working with the SFMTA. I know what it's like to get pressure from many different folks, and so I want to say to the Barbary Coast and the Golden Gateway folks that are gathered here today, thank you for standing up, for working with the MTA. Thank you to Jeff Tumlin and his staff for working with the neighborhood. Let's try this experiment. And I hope in the end it is going to be one of many protected bikeways in and around and to and through San Francisco's downtown. I represent the district that is the most congested. It is the oldest district, and it has had the least opportunity for bikeways, particularly protected bikeways, of any part of the city. So this is a huge step forward. I want to thank individuals who, in the days since it was pioneered, have come along with a set of suggestions that the MTA is taking very, very seriously. It is, and I say this to Robbie, who works for the Downtown Partnership, it is the beginning of a partnership that I hope will last for many, many years. Congratulations, one and all. And with that, it is my honor and pleasure to bring forth the Director of Transportation of the City and County of San Francisco, Jeff Tumlin.
Thank you, President Peskin, and thank you for your strong support in helping us deliver this project. This project adds to the 43 miles of protected bikeways that the SFMTA has recently built across San Francisco. 43 miles that we are working to try to knit together into a network that would allow people of all ages and abilities, would allow families to be able to use their bikes or their scooters, their other micromobility devices, in order to get from their neighborhood to any other neighborhood in the city safely. We know that these kinds of investments are essential if we have any hope of meeting San Francisco's ambitious climate goals. Transportation represents nearly half of San Francisco's greenhouse gas emissions, and in order to bring that number down, we need to not only decarbonize mobility, but to also reduce the amount of energy that we need in order to move people around their neighborhoods. I am very grateful to Supervisor Peskin, of course, for also funding this project, and super grateful to the Downtown San Francisco Partnership, the Golden Gateway, and Barbary Coast, and all of the other community members who have come together to help us figure out how to build this. Quick build projects are a part of the design process. They allow us to use quick and cheap materials, paint and plastic, in order to experiment with street design and do that collaboratively with community until we get all of the design details right, and then we go and look for funding to invest in concrete and other more sturdy tools. So we are eager to hear from all of you. How are the intersections working? Do we need to make adjustments to the signal timing? How is the parking working? We made so many changes in order to experiment with the street. We think we've gotten the details right, but every single time we do one of these projects, we not only learn, but also make corrections. We'll be collecting a lot of data in the coming months, both about the performance of the project, but also hearing from community members about how is it actually working. And if it is working, we want to expand. This is a somewhat disconnected piece right now, but if it does work, it can demonstrate the ability to actually start tying together the network of protected bike lanes on streets like Howard and Folsom and the South of Market, but also east-west streets, so that downtown residents can easily and safely get to transit or get to other neighborhoods, but to also support downtown San Francisco's economic recovery. We know that downtown will thrive if it is a safe and delightful place to be and play and visit. Downtowns all over the country are realizing that investing in walkability and bikeability are the key to their economic success. Downtown San Francisco is not competing with Bishop Ranch for economic recovery. Downtown San Francisco is competing with Hong Kong and London and Paris and Melbourne, and San Francisco needs to keep up its investments in livability. And I'm also very proud to introduce the strong supporter of work just like this, the president of the SFMTA Board of Directors, Amanda Eakin.
Thank you, Jeff, and thank you all for being here on this chilly morning. Just in case it wasn't abundantly clear, the funding source for this project is Prop D, and Supervisor Peskin, I see Sunny Angelo also, led the campaign to pass Prop D on the TNC tax. So that is how this is made possible today. So please thank Supervisor Peskin for his leadership on that. And it's not the only project funded by that funding source, but we're happy to recognize it today. I also want to recognize the staff who made this work possible at the SFMTA. So we have Pallavi Panya here today. We also have Winnie Lee and Victoria Chong, who are not here, of course, with Jamie Parks and his team and Tom Flyer at the SFMTA staff, who worked through all of the details. So I just want to underscore one aspect of this, which was this was really a community partnership. This team at MTA really listened to the concerns of the community and made sure that we maintained all of the lanes of traffic that allowed people to get to where they're going during that AM peak period with this very clever two-way protected bike lane design. So this is a part-time tow-away lane on the west side that allows for the extra lane of travel, maintaining the full street space that existed pre-project and creating a safe and protected bike lane through the area. I'm looking here at my colleague on the board, Supervisor Yakutiel, who has also called for a protected, complete network of safe streets for traveling. This is a wonderful, wonderful start, and as you of course can tell, when you get across Market Street, it doesn't continue. So we need to build out the entire network And these quick builds are how we do that very quickly and cost effectively and increase safe travel options to and through downtown. Also want to say we're not done. Sutter Street is going to be the next safe walking and biking project in this area, and we look forward to continue building out safe streets. With that, I want to introduce Diana Taylor, the president of the Barbary Coast Neighborhood Association of the City of
So if my voice holds out, I just want to say thank you to Supervisor President Peskin, Sunny especially, and to all of my colleagues and neighbors in the Barbary Coast. The Barbary Coast Neighborhood Association goes from Bay Street to Clay Street, essentially, all along the northern waterfront of Embarcadero. We have been volunteers to the SFCTA projects, to the port, to engage all of the pedestrian improvements along the waterfront, along the port promenade, and with this project since 2018. I do want to give a shout out to SFMTA staff, Casey Hildreth and Mark Drager. We haven't worked as long with Pallavi, but they really went the extra yard to come and do walking tours with us and to really help us understand how we can get some pedestrian safety improvements, because I have to say, living and walking in this part of the neighborhood, especially if you're a senior, disabled, or have young children, is terrifying. And so I really want to encourage SFMTA to prioritize the pedestrian safety improvements as we go forward with the rest of finishing up the quick build project, because the devil's in the details. It's one thing to put in the bike lane, but then waiting for DPW or other agencies to then come and do the crosswalk improvements, the other safety improvements. So I look forward to continuing to work with you, and I hope that you will continue to listen to us. Thank you.
And Robbie? Robbie Silver.
Good morning, downtown San Francisco. My name is Robbie Silver. I'm the executive director of the Downtown SF Partnership, and we are the community benefit district that provides supplemental cleaning, safety, marketing, and public realm services to 43 blocks of the downtown core. And we're not only building subways in downtown San Francisco with the new opening of the Central Subway, but we're building bike lanes, focusing on micro-mobility and getting folks through that last mile home, to work, to play. And I also want to welcome you to Barbary Bridge. We have the beautiful Golden Gate, we have the Bay Bridge, but we needed something beautiful and colorful right in the heart of downtown. And this was a new public plaza that we created in partnership with the MTA and Public Works, with a beautiful 1,900 square foot mural by Claudio Talavera Bayon from the Mission. And so this is going to be a beautiful activated space with music during lunchtime throughout the summer. Working with our neighbors here to the north, this is your downtown too, and we're here to change the narrative of what downtown can be post-pandemic. This is no longer a 9-to-5 district, and that is perfectly okay, because we have so many residents here in North Beach and Chinatown and along the Embarcadero that we want you to come to downtown San Francisco, enjoy all the many things that we have to offer, and most importantly, we want you to bike and we want you to scooter. So bring your families, bring your dogs, enjoy downtown San Francisco. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Robbie.
Well, originally we had a ride along, but we will leave that for all of you to experience on your own. At this time, we'd like to have a group photo. But firstly, give everybody another round of applause.